So, in this class, we are going to start our new chapter. The name of the chapter is Introducing Spreadsheet. Introducing Spreadsheets. It's a chapter number 6. Everybody open the page number 44. On this page, there is a new chapter. It's chapter number 6, Introducing Spreadsheets. Okay. In the last class of previous chapter, we discussed some of the software which we are using for storing data. We see MS Access, we see MS Excel. So basically, MS Excel is used for making the spreadsheets. We will see this thing in detail. But first, we are going to see that what is written on the first line. On the first line of the page 44, spreadsheet applications are computer programs that enable us to create and work with electronic spreadsheets. So, spreadsheet applications, the applications which contains rows and columns, and they make it possible for us to create and work with the electronic spreadsheets. The things, the files we are making on the computer, basically all those files are the electronic files. So for example, when we are typing in Microsoft Word, we are making a document, but that's an electronic document. Okay, in the same way they are saying the electronic spreadsheets. Now spreadsheets application allow us to analyze and organize data into tables. So as you see this picture is showing on the page number 44. In this picture, there are some rows and columns. I will also show you the software after this paragraph, then we will see. Okay, so spreadsheet application allow us to analyze and organize data into tables. They are used to analyze. Analyze means we can compare, we can find out, we can check what is happening to the data or what is the data, or and along with it we can organize the data, means we can organize data in the same way. For example, if we are going to see the record of a student, so we will see the roll number, we will see the name, we will see the father name of the student, we will see the phone number, address, we will see the class, we will see the section, we will see the address. So many things are there in the spreadsheet, and in this way we can organize the data into different tables. Okay, the tables are made up of rows and columns. The tables are made up of rows and columns. So as I told you, there are some rows and columns. So let's move towards the software. Let's move towards the software. So let's move towards the software. Let me switch the screen. Wait for a second. On this screen, we have some rows and columns. If rows and columns are not visible to you, so let me show you some rows and columns. Now they will be very much visible. Let me make it visible for you. Now you can see the rows and columns clearly. I put the lines there. These rows and columns are there on the spreadsheet. If you see, there are some columns. These are columns. Column A, column B, column C, D, E, F, and so many. Okay, and then we have some rows. A, sorry, one, two, three, four, up to so many rows are there. So many rows are there and so many columns are there. So there are two things you have to see. The first one, you have a column. The column is in this way. So in the green arrow, we are seeing the column, and the red arrow is showing the rows. The red arrow is showing the rows. So we have a column in green and we have row in red. So the red arrow shows the row and the green arrow shows the column. So the worksheet is made up of rows and columns. The worksheet is made up of rows and columns. Spreadsheet, worksheet, or Excel all are three names of these files. We will see what is the difference between them in the later. But right now we are seeing the rows and columns. So rows and columns make the spreadsheet. Rows and columns makes the spreadsheet. The columns are written at the top. The column names are written at the top. Where are those column names written? It's like HIJKL. So the column names are there. Here are these H, G, all these are column names. And what about the rows? The row number is given on the left hand side. Here we have in the blue, there are rows. Okay, so we have column name, we have rows, and we have a ribbon. Where is the ribbon? The ribbon is always at the top, as we discussed this thing in the last class. Okay, but if you didn't remember, I will tell you where is the ribbon. Ribbon is the top portion. Ribbon is the top portion of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, or Microsoft Access. Anything has a ribbon. Every software of a Microsoft Office has a ribbon. Okay, so the ribbon is showing at the top. Ribbon contains all the options for the software. It contains all the options for the software. Now, we see something about it that we can type things in it. Okay, so let me make a arrow so that we will see that it's a ribbon. So the yellow arrow shows it's a ribbon. So we have a ribbon. Let me take a picture of this so that I will upload it in the class slide also. So if someone misses it, they can see it. Okay. Now, now we are going to type something. Let me clear the screen. For example, we are going to click here. Tafin Zaman, wait for some time. I will tell you the answers. Okay. For example, we are writing. We click on the cell. On the first block, we click on it. On the first block, we click on it. Okay. ABCD are not ribbon. ABCDs are not ribbon. These are the column names. ABCD, the ABCD you are seeing here, A, B, C, D, these are the column names. It is not ribbon. It is not the part of ribbon. It are at the top. Okay. The part of ribbon is upper than that. The part of ribbon is upper than that. And Tafin Zaman is asking that there is a huge amount of columns and rows. Yes, there are a huge amount of columns. For example, if I scroll, if I scroll it, you can see if I am moving this screen on the right side. So if you see after Z, see this arrow. See this arrow. I am drawing a arrow. See the column name is right now Y. Now focus on that arrow, red arrow. They are moving. They are now become AC, AD, AE. Now complete ABCD going again with the A. So now B. Complete ABCD is now again going with the B. So BO, BP, BC, BD up to BZ. Then afterwards we have CA, CB, CC, CD. Complete ABCD is going with C. Now complete ABCD is going with D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, and complete ABCD will going up to every letter. So after that there are so many columns and the rows. What are the total number of rows and the columns? I will tell you, but they are not related directly towards the today's class. I will tell you in the next classes. Okay, remember, we can't learn everything in a one class. We can't learn everything in a one class. We will go one by one to every point. Okay, the topic which we were discussing is that columns and rows. In columns and rows we can type the things. For example, I move my mouse. You if you see, my mouse is of white color, it's a pointer. When I move it on the spreadsheet, it become white plus sign, it become a white plus sign. Okay, then I click on the first block of a B. So if you see, there are so many blocks. There are so many blocks are there. What those blocks are called? These block, this small block is called as a cell. So there are so many cells there. It's a cell. It's a cell. It's a cell. And there are so many cell available. These blocks are called as the cell. In the cells, we write things. What we write in cells? Okay, let's see. We are going to click on a one cell. We click here, and now if you see, there is a border appeared. Now we are writing a letter. I type class 4 and I press enter. So when I press enter, our control goes to the next one, and in this block or in this cell, we are seeing that the class 4 is written over here. So we are writing the class 4. For example, someone is saying we can write the names of the class 4. So we click on the first A. In the block of A, we click here 1, then we write 2, then we write 3, then we write 4. Okay, and in the B we can write, and in the B we can write the name. We write name, and we are writing some specific, some example name. Okay, so we wrote Smith, we wrote David, we wrote Johnson, and we wrote Catherine. Okay, so we write some names, and in this column, in this cell, in this first block, we left this thing. Here we write number. Okay, here we write number. So if you see, we are seeing that one, 2, 3, 4, 4 students are there. Names are mentioned. In the third, we are writing a father name. So if you see, father name is there. We are going to write the father name. So we are writing the father name. Now we wrote some father name. If you see, there is a issue. What is the issue? Is that number is there, name is there, father name is bigger than the column. Father name is bigger than the column, and our heading for the column is not completely showing the father name in a one place. So what do we do? What we can do? We just have to click somewhere. Where do we have to click? We have to move our mouse here. And when we move our mouse here, our mouse will become something like arrow, and we double click on it. Now our column is adjusted. Again, see it. For example, we click on, we see this one. Father name is going in another column. Father name is going in another column, and it's not showing properly. So what do we have to do? We just have to move our mouse at the corner here, and then we have to press double click. Our column is adjusted. Our column is adjusted. Now we make a record of the students. Four students, their name are there, and their father name is also mentioned. Their father name is also mentioned. Okay, so now we have a column 1. We write the name number. Then we write the name, and then we make a column father name. So in this we have a third column. The name is father name. Okay, so we make a small database. It's like a small database. Although it's not a database, it's just made for a understanding. It's just made for a understanding. How it's making understanding? If you see, we make a small data. We write number. It is showing that four students are there. Okay. Then we have a name. So names are there. Their father names are mentioned. For example, we are going to make another column, and we are writing the name of that column like ADDRESS. We write address column. So if you see, we are making a record. We are making a record. And then we are making the another column. We write maths. Then in the next column, we write science. In the next column, we write English. In the next column, we write computer. Okay, if you see, we write so many things. So in maths, I type 40, 48. And then in the next I write 49. In the next 50. In the next I wrote 42. Sorry, 43. Okay, then I write 42. Then I write 46. Then we have 48. And then 49. Address, I am telling you the address. Address is making for the student address. Let me tell you. First I will complete it. The film one I will tell you. Wait a minute. So I am assigning the marks. If you see, the marks are written. Okay. So the marks are written in that. If you see, the marks of the first student, the name of student is Smith. Father name is Jonas. He got 48 marks in maths out of 50. He got 42 marks in science. He got 45 marks in English. He got 49 marks in computer. So it is showing a record. It is showing a complete record of a student, that what does that student is getting. What does that student is getting in the class. What marks he is getting. And what about the address? The address field is basically created for the location where that student is living. For example, we are making a fake address. How? For example, we write house number 32, road, road ABCD. We consider the name of the road ABCD, and we write Uneza, Saudi Arabia. Okay. So we write the address and we press enter. If you see, we write the lengthy address, but it is not showing anything. Why? Because the data is much and the column is small. What do we have to do? We just have to double click here. We double click here. If you see, the address become big. Why? Because we adjust the column. So now if you see in this, the record of Smith Jonas is showing that this is the name of the student, this is a father name, this is a home address of that student, and the marks of the student what they are getting. So in this way we can make the complete record. We can add so many things. We can even make a result from it. We can even make a result from it. How we can make a result? For example, in the last column we write total. We write total. If you see in the last column, we are writing the total, and in this we are going to total it. How we can total it? So let's see. First I will do it, and then I will tell you how we are doing it, because there is a example of this thing in the book also. So first see this. Okay, I click here, then I press this, then click here and this. So we got the total, it's 184. So we have to do this the same on the others? No. We just have to double click it and the total is there. In a second, the total of everything is find it out. See it again. We found the total of Smith Jonas. We found the total of a Smith Jonas. See, we only found the result for a one record. Smith Jonas is 184. And within a second, we can get a result of all. How? We just have to double click at the corner. We double clicked it, we will got the result of every student. Every student we have, all the results are showing what is the total of the student. So in this way we can make the record. It is the just a sample. We can add as many as columns we can add. We can add as many as columns. We see we add how many columns? 1, 2, 3, then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 columns we use. We use 9 columns. And how many rows we use? We use 5 rows. How? See this. 5 rows. The one row we use is for headings, for the column headings, number, name, father name. Then we write 1, 2, 3, 4. So total number of rows we use 5 and the column we use 9. So it's making a small database. We are making a small database in which the data, the marks of the students are there, the total number are there, address is there, father name and student name is there. Okay, so address means the home address. Address is showing the home address. We wrote it just as an example. It's a fake address. We write just giving the example. And we can create the certificate with the help of this one. With the help of this file, we can create the certificate also. But we have to connect this file with the main file of your certificate. Okay. Someone asked this question. That's why I'm giving the answer of this question. Basically, it is used for organizing data. If you see, we are organizing data in the forms of rows and columns. In the form of rows and columns, we are organizing the data. The data is saved. The data is saved. Whenever we have to change anything, we can change it. For example, we found out a one mistake. We found out a one mistake that Johnson Jack Johnson Jack got 32 marks. Mistakenly he got 32. He in real he got 50 marks. So now we have to change. If you see two things, you have to focus on the 32. I am changing the marks, and you also have to see this total. The total is right now 179.75. Now I am going to type 50 instead of 32. I click on 32. Now I am typing 5 and 0. Right now I didn't press enter. I am going to press enter and see the total. I press enter. Total is changing automatically. The total is changing automatically. The total is changed now. The total is changed now. Automatically it's changed. So in this way, in this MS Excel, we don't need to worry about the total. It automatically adds. So just make it for once and it will work for you. So this is called as a automation. Automatically, it can work automatically. For example, we got to know that Smith got only 8 marks. Mistakenly, we wrote 48 and marks is 81, 84. So now I am going to change 48. You have to focus on the total of Smith. So I am clicking on the 48 and I write A, 8. And then I press enter. If you see the total is changed now. How the total is changed now? It become 144. Automatically it calculates. Automatically it calculates the total. So our Excel is working on our instructions. It's working on our instructions. Okay. So in this we will see something. I made all these things just to explain the things that where are the rows, where are the columns. So columns are always at the above A, B, C, D in Excel, and rows are always on the left hand side. Columns are always with the alphabet number. Sorry, with the alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F, and rows are always with the numbers. Rows are always with the numbers. That's good. Okay. So there is a assignment waiting for you in the class slide. As we know, the software we are using is MS Excel. MS Excel is using for spreadsheets. We make spreadsheets from it. So there is an assignment waiting for you. Everybody open that assignment, and we will continue that lesson from the page 44 along with the MS Excel in the next class, inshallah. So bye everyone.
Bye, sir. Have a nice day.